Hi, Aries, and welcome to your first reading for February. This is a Zodiac Teroscope reading for your sign. Also, it could be your sun, moon, rising, or if you have Venus in Aries, you can look at this from a relationship perspective, okay? But we are getting right into, I'll let you know too, I'll be doing the short and sweet towards the end of the month for your sign as well, okay? But we're going to be looking at present, past, focus, and future. We are going to look at your present situation, and it will be different for all Aries, okay? What energies might be influencing this present situation? What do you need to focus on? And if you need to shift your focus, some advice and guidance for that. And then if you're able to shift your focus and take that advice and guidance, what would the future outcome be if you do or if you don't? Okay, so let's get right into this. I've got my Psychic Tarot deck here, so we're confirming and clarifying with tarot each one. But let's start with snapshot of your present situation. Full moon eclipse. Removing internal obstacles, confronting self-identity and intensity. But the thing about a full moon lunar eclipse, it is about, full moons are about releasing and letting go. But with the eclipse on it, it's almost like everything has come to a head on an emotional level here with the moon, right? And it's like you're coming to the end of some sort of emotional cycle that's run its course. Okay? Let's get a tarot to go with that. Let's just get a little more information. But that's the first thing that's coming out, Aries. It's releasing and letting go. But with the eclipse, it's almost like, I always call it, it's like superpower. Okay. How many cards do we have? This one is in my hand. Actually, you know what? Two come out. We're going to take them. Sometimes if it's a bunch and they haven't turned over, but both did. Look at this. Financial and material changes. This is a feeling of lack, okay? Like there's nowhere to go. What do I do? I feel like that's what you're letting go of here, because there's always somewhere to go and something you can do. And for whatever reason with this one, Aries, I'm feeling like this is letting go of that feeling of I'm trapped. What can I do? There's no there's no options for me. And then out comes, because this is the 5 of Earth, right? And then out comes the 7 of Earth, or the 7 of Pentacles. Patience and planning. That is what you need. That's your present situation. It's time for you to release something here, okay? It's time for you to go from the 5 of Pentacles to the 7 of Pentacles, where you're no longer feeling hopeless. You know that with some good patience and planning, you are going to be able to let go of this emotional cycle that's run its course for you. Love that. I feel like that's your present situation. So whatever that situation is, it's something that has come to the end of the cycle. And for some of you, it may not be emotional, but for others, it will be. Different people, right? Different messages. But what I'm saying is something's coming to an end and it needs to be released and let go of. And in this situation, I feel like maybe you're feeling helpless, and this is telling you no. Patience and planning will win the day here. But let's see what might be influencing this, okay? We have come together. Well, being that they've just set two giraffes out with a heart, I'm going to say I feel like this possibly has something to do with a relationship, or in a relationship, this is how you were feeling. And maybe you're going through these emotions here right now. Let's get a tarot though, Aries, and let's just see what is going on with it. But I feel like it's a relationship that maybe has caused this sacrifice. Number 12, which is the Hanged Man. Yeah, I almost feel for some of you, maybe you have sacrificed quite a bit of time with this relationship, and that's what's influencing this. And you're like, no more. Look at the rainbow that's coming here. I also feel with this 12, the Hanged Man, that you have had plenty of time within this relationship to look at it from all angles and realize that now is the time to remove any obstacles, to confront who it is that you are and what it is that you are capable of, and letting go of this feeling of lack or the fact that you've just sacrificed and sacrificed. Ooh, this is very interesting. This is kind of, it's not a, I mean, if you're watching this as a relationship, well, it's definitely tying into that, but just in itself, you have to remember as you're watching this, this can be a personal relationship, a familial relationship, a relationship at work, whatever type of relationship this is. Because you have a relationship with your job as well. I feel someone needs to hear that too. You know, you're there most of your time, right? Like when you're at work 8 hours a day and home for about 4 before you sleep again, you know, you have a relationship with that job, with that career. So I want to say that for some people as well. Now, what do you need to focus on? Because this feels, I'm going to say, Aries, a little bit heavy, okay? It says a tall tale. Well, that's Pinocchio. Okay. A tall tale. Let's get some tarot with it. Are these, does it want you to keep, I'm going to say spirit, God, source, universe, whomever it is for you is never, like they're never going to say, you know, and I just see shaking heads like going, like, right. They're never going to say, oh, please focus on the negative. However, in the context of a reading with this tall tale or Pinocchio card coming out, I feel like they want you to focus on, and I'm saying this to keep you from changing your mind. They want you to focus on maybe the tall tales that were told or promised or whatever it was. Okay, Aries, let me get you another card here. Fertility 3. Okay, that is the Empress. Now, they want you to focus on the tall tale because, okay, this is making sense, because that is where you are going to grow and learn your lesson. Okay? Because of this situation, maybe the lies that were told, the dishonesty, whatever it is, by focusing on that, one, it will keep you from turning back, and 2, or changing your mind and maybe staying, or staying in it, whatever it is. I mean, these are your choices. You make your own choices. This is just guidance if you were asking the question. But this tall tale here is, no, you sit up high and you remember everything, because that is what is going to keep you moving forward, and it's where you are going to grow, because the Empress is all about abundance and growing and having what is good for herself in the moment at the time, okay? She is like a master manifester. If she wants something to happen, it happens because she knows how to go after it. So take on that Empress energy. Be strong, okay? Patience and planning. When she wants something to grow, she plants that seed. Check out my new and full moon. New moons are about planting the seeds, the things, good things you want to bring into your life. Full moons are about releasing and letting go. And she is the master at that. So take on that energy. Now, let's look at advice and guidance, because maybe you haven't been able to shift your focus to this yet, like where you're like, you just want to forget everything. And they're like, don't just try to forget it and brush it under. You focus on it to keep you moving forward. This is why I'm doing this, okay? And it says, only weavers know the time. Well, the weavers are spirit, God, source, universe, or whomever, right? They are the weavers, and they are saying, this is divine timing. This is happening to you now. This is divine timing. Trust us with this. We brought it to you when the time was right. You're hearing this message when the time is right. Okay? We know when the time is right. Crown chakra. I love that. This is opening up your crown chakra. This is connecting with the weavers, with spirit. This is understanding that the time is now. This is knowing that divine timing is when the timing is right. They would not have brought you this message today if the timing was not right. The crown chakra is where you connect directly to spirit, right? You trust them. You trust the plan, okay? Patience and planning, all right? You trust the plan. And whatever you take from here, whether it's one little individual message or it's pretty much tying together here though, Aries. I'm going to say that. But you go with the flow, okay? Now, let's look at, if you're willing to shift your focus, what would the possible future outcome be? And why? Oh. Ooh, that just, look at this card. Why? With question mark. And there is the person bending down to pick up a book. Well, why do we read books? To learn something, to find out about something, to gain knowledge, however you want to say it. And if there aren't angel wings on it, I said there's something for you to learn here as well, okay? That's the why. That's what the future outcome is. You will learn the why. And sometimes you have to go through some difficulty to find out the why, but you will come to find out. You will connect with spirit and come to find out. They will show you, give you the why. Ooh, that is powerful. Now, what if you don't? What if you're here right now and you watch this reading and you think, yeah, that's too much work. That's too hard. I don't know. You have free will. You can do whatever it is that you want. But if you don't choose to shift your focus, we have community. I almost look at the two giraffes here. It's like a mother and a child. I almost feel like if you stay within this energy, it removes you. And I said mother and child, it could remove you from your family. It might remove you from your community. I don't know, because I don't know the circumstance that you're in, okay? But if this makes sense to you, right, you will understand it. It will remove you from that feeling of, I've got people, or I have people I can go to. Someone has my back. It's going to remove that from you. Very interesting. Aries, this is heavy. Let's get one more card here from Spirit before we go. And this one come out. It could be further advice, guidance. Oh, again, too, you've been very lucky. 7. The 7 of Swords. Deception and envy. It's someone wearing a mask, okay? They're doubling down here for you. It's someone who wears a mask. It's someone who will lie, cheat, and steal to get what it is that they want. I call the 7 of Swords, lying, cheat, and stealing. That's my card, right? They will take whatever it is that they want with no regard. The other card that came out was Patience, which is the Temperance card. the Temperance card is really about balance, but it also shows something new growing here too. Someone balancing, being balanced, finding peace, finding harmony. That's what the Temperance card really is. Getting in line with yourself. And I think we talked about that in here somewhere. Well, kind of with the Empress too. But we talked about patience a few times in here. So again, just calm, cool, collected, have patience, have a plan, and know that you have what it takes. You can connect here with spirit, and it will help you to find the peace and the balance while maybe you're going through this. So Aries, this is your reading. If this resonated with you, I just want to say good luck. I feel like this is heavy. It's going to depend on your situations, but it does kind of feel relationship driven in some way, but that could be, like I said, many different relationships in your life. But I wish you all the best with this, and I will see you in the short and sweet at the end of the month. And in the meantime, if you need to go in and watch any of the other readings, go in and watch them, even if it's something from way back. If you feel called to it, it may have further advice and guidance for you. So don't be afraid to check that out. All right. I will see you next time.